Harvard is building. Princeton is building a state university for Charles Buckley, for me. Did we outlaw theology? What happened here? Did anybody, Pentagon, are you still allowed? All these corporate prisons are illegal, Langley. They're free. They're gimme. Play Muslim games with me with your stolen space program? First, I shall do no harm. 2 planes minus 3 towers. Who among you asserts the authority to refute me? I'll be a good boy, I promise. Very pious. I have one thing I want to do. But I want a stone house to do it in. And an orchard, and some goats, an apothecary, a brewery, a distillery. I already have a library catalog. IDF and I, on behalf of Rome, will be teaching little blonde kids how to murder a child predator with their bare hands. Moscow, you in? First, do no harm, or you're not a doctor. Your intent is established. You have justified self-defense. They say nothing of self-medication, unclean things. Original sin. Oh, it's the fruit of the tree of good and evil. It grew in the ground. I mean, as long as we're already paying for it. Beloved Judea. February 22nd, 2002. IDF slaughters every Philistine swine on the road that day. And that's how I know. Because, meanwhile, at the Pentagon, 2 colonels got sacked for drinking on duty. They got nothing better to do at the Pentagon. Can't wait to get off work. Would you want to be the president of this garbage? Obligated to play along with somebody else's fictional narrative? Do your best to cling to your oath, and then find out that somebody's been working all kind of favors? Washington, I'm worth more than the Pentagon's whole goddamn outfit at this juncture. There will be no sit down. I, Noel D. Smith, do solemnly swear to preserve and defend the Constitution of the United States of America from all enemies, foreign and domestic. So help me God, I will not be compelled to grant amnesty to traitors. You know, it's not that I have no sympathy, it's just it's not in my scope. It's not my, we got a guy for that. You know, I mean, how can you ignore the excursion? What is there, like, you think I don't get it? I don't get it? What, that you sold our space program? This is not a colony. Washington is either our boss or our bitch. The Treasury remains solvent, or we muster regardless the will of the people specifically enumerated in the Bill of Rights. I don't know the whole Constitution. Imagine Congress being worthy to carry that holy document. Yes, we elect from among our own to represent us in the consecration of our will. But the Bill of Rights is consecrated in the blood of a revolution and a civil war. Voting has ended. We hold these truths to be self-evident. We don't need no stinking badges. Do I want a war here? Well, I mean, I already won, but hey, while we're young, when's the next act? Get the hook. This is the difference between government and religion. The show must go on, but we got to keep the doors open. So a government comes and goes. The skit the next act, what we appear to be experiencing, witnessing in Washington, appears to be religious conversion. You can't just submit the crowd, call it a show. Islam's stupid. The rest of us don't try to do stuff like this. Wars, suck, but they happen time to time. Somebody failure to communicate a difference of opinion. So who do we have here, ABC? The Watchtower, right, is the only one who asserts religious protection for this kind of bullshit over here. Like, I don't give a fuck what you heard, Australia. Hey, Mayor, the implication here would be that Australia has colonized Tallahassee, Tampa, Miami, Boston. Come in, Boston. Do you read? Earth to Boston. Annapolis. I cannot be obligated to the limitations of what passes for intelligence these days. Can you, for those with eyes to see, you can't be born that way. What's the argument? The Buddhist, the Forbidden City, the Dalai Lama, looking for he was born that way. He's just born for nirvana, his destination. Your attitude toward Sigmund Freud being a saint and Bolivia being like, he is within the structure of God's law. Freud was a homosexual cocaine dealer under the protection of the gay mafia. London didn't get all you did, and I just presume, I don't know the exact date, but would it be unreasonable to guess that Freud is probably the reason cocaine is no longer sold at the drugstore? Oh, that sounds terrible. What is he advocating? It wasn't this bad. See, if it's illegal, only the criminals have any reason to do anything about it. I never touch this stuff. Like, I've had people twist my arm a couple times since I got out. Count on one hand. It's not to brag, like when I say I've done enough to know how it affects you. The point being, religion is not a system of justifiable mistakes for you to shoot yourself in the foot, stab each other in the back, and blame somebody, let alone me. I don't care how dumb you expect these people to become. I don't need it. Don't do me no favors. Harvard. Threats? I mean, if somebody was telling you to shut up, wouldn't you want somebody to intervene? Anonymous is, whether they know it or not, the gay mafia. You're that brand. That's your brand. That's who you work for. Just like Walmart. It's Canadian. These people, I mean, 6 years old. I'm topping off a 2-liter bottle of the real thing, my own recipe. And the neighbor says, what are you doing with that? I said, I'm going to make him drink it. Well, my neighbor didn't have the context that the guy was an abusive cokehead. And that I had snitches following me around, unless he was one. Anyway, I guess, we didn't call the cops. I was going to make him drink piss. This nanny state's going to get us all killed. We have secret agents, protecting children here on the land. And if they don't grow some goddamn common sense, before invoking the authority of the angels to enact divine retribution on a member of my flock, one must ask themselves, would a God who loves me want me to do this? mfrodeo.blogspot.com. First, do no harm, or you have substantiated a declaration of war.